Make no mistake about it. I mean, we're doing the
Hey, everybody. It's Kim Dahnke, the Shibboleth new member, fast track instructor. I'm so glad that you're here with me tonight so that we can go over the food library and our timing chart. I absolutely love the timing chart. It is one of my absolute favorite tools. You are going to see something really funny. I needed lipstick. Okay. If you are on Facebook, please take a second to say hello. Hey, Mama, how are you tonight? If you are on Facebook and you are a member, please take a moment to share. Hit that share button and let's let other people know what we have access to. This is not something where we're trying to get people to buy things month after month after month. We really just want people to know that we've cracked the code on childhood and adult obesity if they are willing to invest a little bit of time in themselves and learning how to use this wonderful resource of the website. And we're going to look at that tonight. Hey, Sierra, I'm so glad you're back on the horse. Giddy up. Let's go. Giddy up, Sierra. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. If you are in the Zoom room, please take a second to set your chat to everyone. Look to the right of your name, and if it says everyone, you're all good. If not, set it to everyone, and then let me know hello. Hey, Nancy. Nancy is down 8 pounds. Way to go, Nancy. That is awesome. That's awesome. Hey, Marcella. We're glad you're here. And Mary from Michigan. Y'all know we have a huge Michigan population, thanks to our friend Lynn Eldon, who originally got it started up there. And now we have lots and lots of people up there. Let's see. Hey, Rob. Oh, thank you. I love walking alongside of y'all. I really do. This is my first diet ever. Guess what? I was never a dieter either. And I love this lifestyle. So it's wonderful. 3 pounds down on the first day. Congratulations. Congratulations. Well, you're going to love this because it's more like a lifestyle. All right. And it's one of those things that if you'll let it be what you do every day and just fully enjoy knowing that if I live within these guidelines, I'm going to get great results. It's going to be awesome. Hey, Claudia, glad you're here. Hey, Melanie. Melanie's here with us. 8 pounds down last week, 2 pounds from 50. Way to go, Melanie. That's awesome. If you're on Facebook and I don't comment when you say something, please comment again because the Facebook changed and now the comments don't stay up there. Okay. Awesome. I love that Rob is encouraging Melanie. That's awesome. Way to go. Well, I had a holiday this evening. I did not during the day. I just holidayed tonight at an event that I have had on my calendar to holiday at all month. Now, this morning, hey, Chris, this morning when my weight was 1.5 pounds to get my 50-pound badge because 50 pounds is on the low end of my range. And so I really maintain between 45 and 50 pounds, but my goal is always to touch that 50-pound again every time. And this morning I was 1.5 pounds from that 50 pounds. And I was like, do I want that holiday? Do I want that holiday? I thought, yeah, I mean, I've planned on that holiday all month. So, so I had it, but what I did tonight was I took a bite. I didn't eat the whole dessert. I took a bite of 2 little desserts, didn't like them. So I threw them away. Why finish things? Don't waste your calories, okay? Now I'm still having a holiday, but I didn't overdo it. And I ate some meatballs, and then there was some little slider things. I didn't even eat the bread. Now I'm even holidaying and trying to do right, okay? And really what I love about me and my holidays, I didn't eat the bread, which was good. And then the other thing I had was some chicken with some coconut on it or something. It was really good. And then I had Coke Zero from the little drink station. Let's see. Awesome, Melanie. Awesome. Pizza was provided at work today and she resisted. Melanie, if they had brought salad too, you could have taken the toppings off of 2 pieces of pizza and put them on your salad and eaten that. And that would have given you the taste of some pizza, but without all of that carb impact. So maybe next time you can think about that. But I did go ahead and have that holiday today and it was good. I enjoyed it. Nothing wrong with that. Especially since I've been planning it all month. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen with you. We are going to go to Fast Track because that's where everybody needs to be this week. Fast Track is just a really good system. It's a methodical, organized way. Oh, okay. So Melanie, that was good. You already had something. So it was a little bit easier to resist. I'm hoping, being that you already had something. So that was good. Hey, Vicki, we're glad you're here. So the Fast Track is a methodical and organized way to learn the system. You know, if you're able to get this all done in a week, that's awesome. If you're not, you could take 2 weeks to do it. It doesn't matter as long as you get it done and don't give up on getting it done. All right. So I hope you've done lap 1 and lap 2. I do not go over those with y'all in a webinar because on Sunday night, I do the lifestyle overview, which is kind of like Shibboleth in a nutshell. And then last night I did just talking about different combinations and different foods that are in these categories. And then lap 1 and lap 2, you just kind of have to do on your own. Okay. These are setting up your accounts and getting printables and things like that. Okay. So I don't need to go over that with you. But lap 3, that's where we are today. I uncheck those boxes because I want to check them while I am doing them tonight. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the timing chart. Okay, the timing chart is a wonderful, wonderful tool. And your weekly timing chart, I want you to click when you finish this. Click on your weekly timing chart above and view your personal timing chart. The link in this task is to a short video that I did one day about using your timing chart to your benefit. But your timing chart is going to be an extremely valuable tool for you. It's a great visual as to whether or not you are doing your best. On your first and second perfect days, you're going to see a green check. On your third perfect day, you're going to see a flame, and now you are in EFB, baby, efficient fat burning. Your body is now in a state where it can burn fat. How? Efficiently. I like burning fat efficiently. So we're going to click right here, and I just want you to see where the link takes you. So since April 10th of 2019, I have not missed a day journaling. It's that important to me. This chart is my favorite thing. Okay, so we're going to click here, and I'm just showing you, this is just a little video I made at class one day. Okay, so it's just 4.5 minutes, and you can watch that. But where I really want you to be is right here. I couldn't link it because of the way that it wouldn't take each person exactly to it. So that's why I had to say, just click on the blue weekly timing chart above. Now, this is my timing chart for this month, but I don't enjoy going over my timing chart now with brand new members because I do up to 12 holidays and still maintain my weight. And that's not what you want to do in weight loss. So I'm going to go to my very first month. So I uncommonly started on a Wednesday. Most people say, I'm going to start on Monday. Most people say, I'm going to start at the beginning of next month. No, you got to start right then. Do not delay. Do not delay. All right. So on my very first perfect day, I have a green check. That's because in my journal, which is right here, I marked that I was having a perfect day. And the computer system knows how to give you the icons based on what you journal in your journal, what type of day you're having, not what kind of food you're having, but what kind of day you tell the journal you're having. Okay, and then I had another perfect day, green check. See, during these 2 days, your body is getting rid of any insulin that happens to be running around in there, and it's using up some glycogen, which is sugar stores, using those up. Well, once all those easily accessible sources of energy and that fat storage hormone is dissipated out of your body, on your 3rd day, when you're doing the right thing, you're going to be efficiently burning fat. Your goal is to string as many efficient fat burning days together as you can. And then, planned or unplanned, a holiday is coming. We are living life, and there are fun reasons to have cake. There are fun reasons to have a celebratory meal, okay? We just don't need to be doing that every day. We need to be doing right 80% of the time in weight loss mode, okay? So I strung efficient fat burning days together, right? Lost about 9 pounds that week. A pair of pants that did not fit on this day fit a week later. 9 pounds is a huge difference. So then this was Easter. This was Easter weekend of that year. And I went to Alabama, and I am going to eat that. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Deb. I ate my stepmother's food. I love her food. It's delicious, and it's Easter, and I'm with family, and I can do what I want to. So I had 2 holidays. But now I know what to do. I have a management system that helps me manage one of the most important things you will ever manage in your life, weight. You really can't be managing something more important for your personal comfort, your personal mental sanity, your family. You're managing something ultra important when you are managing your weight. You are also helping manage your health, because weight is a big part of health. Okay, so I went away to Easter. I went to Alabama for Easter. I had holidays. I get back to business. I get a perfect day right there. Well, while I was gone to Alabama, I watched the gold level daily dose videos, and I learned about intermittent fasting. And thank you, Patty. And so I have an intermittent fasting day right here. An intermittent fasting day at its minimum is just 12 hours without eating, and you can use your overnight sleeping time. I thought, how hard is that? So now I go 16 every day. But anyway, at the beginning, it was at least 12, and then I've just kind of bumped it up over the 2.5 years. And then right here, I'm back in efficient fat burning. I have a wow challenge day, another wow challenge day, and then there's an intermittent fasting day. I probably also did intermittent fasting on these 2 days, but the wow challenge just kind of trumps that because it can't give you all kinds of icons. But the system will know which icons to give you based on what you're journaling and what you do. Awesome, Melanie. That's wonderful. Yes, it makes me feel great too. And so as you can see, I'm going to string I'm an EFB here. I'm going to string as many efficient fat burning days together as I can. So in each one of these blocks, okay, a Bible verse pops up, which is awesome. And then you've got these little gray squares. Those little gray squares mean something. And you can see that in these gray square, I only have 2. This one I have 1. This one I've got 4. But let's have a look at what they mean. So if you've got an E, the symbol, the E symbol, it indicates that you participated in an exercise challenge that day. W means a weight entry. P means you added a progress photo. M means that you updated your measurements. C means that you participated in a challenge. J means that you requested a journal review. And 1 through 10 indicates your motivational level. And so that's what those little things come from. And those little things come from journaling in your journal. Okay. Let's see, Vicki, when you say perfect days is not what you eat, will you explain a perfect day? When you say perfect days is not what you eat, I don't really understand the first part of your question, but I will go ahead and explain a perfect day. A perfect day is where you are hitting the 5 components of the shield. Okay, so every single day you want to, at a minimum, get in 64 ounces of water up to 128 ounces. Okay, so that's component number one. That must be done for you to call that you've met that component of the day. The second one is you want to journal what you eat. Write that down. Number three, you want to eat in the proper food combinations according to the combination chart. Number four, you want to portion control. You don't want to eat any more than what'll fit underneath your two hands at a meal. So those are the four of the five components that you must meet in a day in order to say that you've had a perfect day. But the last component is called timing, and that's really for optimization. It is best that you go 4 to 6 hours between meals. If you choose to have a freebie or an extra or a snack, then you can have that as well. You just wouldn't want to go over more than one extra or more than one snack in a day, because really at that point, you are going over your portions. And I hope that helps, Vicki. But you're really following the Shibboleth shield to make it a perfect day. And part of that is what you're eating. Okay, good. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so then what I learned and what my strategy was is that I want to look at this as on a month's basis. I want to see how I'm doing. I got to plan this out for a month. And so what I ask myself when each new month comes up, see, November will be here in a little bit, about 2 weeks. And I'm going to say to myself, am I going out of town? Is there any birthdays, anniversaries, actual holidays? And is there anything else on my calendar that's work or personal that might involve food that I might want to take advantage of? I mark those on my calendar, and then I live towards that. Like today, I had marked today. We had a really big after hours event at Six Flags, the amusement park, and it was just for adults, and rides were open, and we didn't have to wait and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, my day was a holiday because I ate unapproved foods at dinner. I only ate unapproved foods at dinner. I had more meatballs than fit underneath my hands. And I had the center out of 2 sliders. And then I had 2 little chicken pieces on a skewer. And then I had 1 bite of dessert out of one and 1 bite dessert out of the other. Okay, Jack, you can actually do whatever strategy works for you. I like to weigh a lot. In fact, Jack, this morning when I weighed, I was 1.5 pounds from my 50-pound weight loss goal, and it almost kept me from having that holiday today. This morning I thought, oh my goodness, if I'll just stay in EFB, I can probably touch that 50 pounds, 50-pound weight loss badge. But no, you can weigh whenever you want to. Now, I have helped people, and they're weighing every day, and they're seeing the weight go down, and they're all excited about it. But then all of a sudden, they've normalized things, and then their weight slows down, and they get kind of disappointed. At that point, ask them to weigh weekly. And what I'll do at that point is we will look at their beginning weight. Let's say they were going to weigh on a Saturday mornings, and let's say their beginning weight is 226 pounds. Then their goal over the course of that week is to lose 2.2 pounds. And then when we look at the next week, still going to be around the 220 something. So it would be another 2.2. So you can weigh daily if it's not going to discourage you, because you can weigh as much as you want to. There are no rules about weighing. You've got to figure out what helps you in the weighing. Now, there are times where, let's see, I had planned a holiday one time, and I like to stay at 139 or below for my maintenance, like 130. For measuring, Jack, what we look at for measuring is you measure in the beginning. You've got to measure in the beginning and put everything in that lap too, where it says to do that in your journal and in your profile and to do the body assessment. You want to measure at the beginning, because if you don't measure in the beginning, you won't have accurate numbers as you go along. Okay, so measure in the beginning, but then you measure every 4 weeks or 20 pounds lost. That's when you would want to measure, because every 4 weeks or 20 pounds lost. The other thing is, if you ever have a week where you don't lose anything, go ahead and measure then, because it's an encouragement to you that you're doing the right thing, and maybe your body hasn't caught up that particular week. But then you can say, oh my goodness, I've lost 10 inches, off my body, and that will be an encouragement. So yeah, so do that. And so in May of this year of 2019, I asked myself those questions, and we were going out of town for a wedding. So I knew I was going to have holidays then. This was Mother's Day, but I didn't need it. I was so excited. I didn't need a holiday. I'm like, I can eat at Longhorn and have a steak and broccoli and be all fine. And so I had intermittent fasting days. I mean, I'd lost like 25 pounds at that point. Wait, not 25, 22. Because it was about, actually, let me see. I weighed on that day. Let's see what it was. Let's see. 1 second. Yeah, I had lost 21 pounds by that point. I felt so much better going to that wedding. 21 pounds lighter. I even got on a skirt from my closet that I hadn't worn in a while. And oh man, it was orange and gorgeous. And I was so excited. Okay. So then I get back from, I already skipped it, but I got back from there. And you know what I did when I got back? I got back to business, because I'm excited now to know what I can do. I get back to business of taking care of myself. Did I have fun that weekend eating some French fries, some tater tots, some onion rings, some kind of giant sandwich this big? Yeah, I did. I had fun. But now I know what to do. I get back to business. Well, June came along. I wasn't going anywhere. I didn't have anything planned. And so I had a perfect month. Sorry, it just, whoo. I had a perfect month and losing weight, chugging right along. And I'm starting to think about a holiday in July. And I got to July 4th. I said, July 4th, that'll be a fun day to have a holiday. I'll have a holiday. And then I thought, well, what am I going to eat that day? Hamburger. Yay, Rhonda. Rhonda's down 17 pounds. Way to go, Rhonda. Awesome. So I thought I'd have a holiday this day. After I figured out what I was going to eat, I said, I can make all of that perfect. Why would I have a holiday? I can make all of that perfect. So just to let y'all know, while I was in weight loss mode, I just ate 3 meals a day. I did not do freebies, extras, or snacks. But when I got to July 4th, guess what I did? I added a freebie. No. I added an extra and a snack. July 4th felt like a holiday, but it wasn't. So that's a fun little strategy to use too. So anyway, so then I had all these holidays. And then at that point, I had lost to 35. I lost 35 and a half pounds. I got to 150. I started off at 185.5. I got to 150. I was like, good, I'm going to maintain right here. And I moved myself to maintenance, and I was a little terrified to have holidays, but I was having like a perfect day, but only French fries with a meal here. I think, oh no, I think I had shared a molten lava cake with my son there. The next day I had some French onion rings with my daughter, but everything else was perfect. I just had those little things. And then I continued to lose weight in maintenance. I lost 15 more pounds, y'all. Okay, Melissa, does it take 2 perfect days to get back into EFB, even if you take 5 holidays in a row? Yes, just 2 days to get back into EFB, even after 5 holidays. Yes, Melissa, because it takes about 2 days for your body to use up those sugar stores and dissipate that insulin. But here's the thing, Melissa, even though you get back into efficient fat burning within 2 days, it will take about 5 days of, I'm just going to call it payment, to get everything back off, hopefully. And then you can start seeing another trend down. But it's still perfect days, even after 2 perfect days, even after 5 holidays in a row. But you may not see weight loss for 5. All right, Melissa? Let's see. Okay, Jack says, how do you select fasting in the journal? Hey, Diane. Oh, awesome. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. So you go to your journal. I love these questions, y'all. I love questions, and I love showing off this website. So right here, see how I've marked it as a holiday today? I would click right here. I would mark IMF. IMF stands for intermittent fasting, and then I would hit save. That's where you mark that. And so I'm a little different than most people. I like to intermittent fast almost backwards. And what do I mean by that? What do I mean by backwards? I'm gonna go ahead and mark this now that we've gone over the timing chart. But y'all use your timing chart. Please use your timing chart, because your timing chart can help you. Let's say that you have a week where you didn't lose any weight, and you go to your timing chart and you say, let's say that you go to your timing chart and you have a week like this. Pretend we're just looking at this top one. Let's say that you have perfect day, holiday, perfect day, holiday, perfect day. You never got into EFB. So when you look at your timing chart, you can say, oh, wait a minute, I never got into efficient fat burning. So therefore it makes sense that I didn't really lose much this week. But right here, this second line looks more like a maintenance week. Perfect day, EFB, 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 but then 2 holidays. And really, you got to do this again just to get down. So that's more like a maintenance week. Now, I know that this doesn't have any holidays in it, but this is more like a weight loss week, and you throw in a few holidays up to 6 in a calendar month. Okay, so this you never got into EFB. This you got into EFB 3 times, but then you had holidays and you gained a little, then you got to get it back off. And then on that bottom one, this is better for weight loss. Okay, but then every once in a while, you're going to have a holiday and then you get right back at it. Okay, and let's see. Sorry, what are the animal notations in the journal? Okay, so, and Vicki says, can you explain all the different types of days? I will. I'll go do that real quick. And then Jack, it'll also hit that when I go over that. Now, first of all, I want to say this. I want y'all to only focus on perfect day and holiday, even though I'm about to explain all of this stuff. Yeah, I only want you focusing on perfect day holiday until you get living the lifestyle down. These other types of days are advanced types of days, which will not even make any sense if you don't understand the foundation of the lifestyle. Okay, so you got to understand the foundation of the lifestyle before you start going to those other types of days. Hang on a second. Okay, so if you are a lifetime member, when you click on this, you're going to see this list of days. If you are not a lifetime member, you will see perfect day, holiday, and unsure. You won't see all those others listed. Okay, so the very first one says perfect day. That is just a regular Shibboleth perfect day where you didn't necessarily do intermittent fasting. That's just a regular Shibboleth perfect day, which is meeting the components of the Shibboleth shield. A holiday is a day where you don't meet some component of the Shibboleth shield. And today, I still got my water in. I still only had 3 meals. Yeah, but my meals at night were not properly combined. Okay, unsure means you don't really know, but at this point, I mean, really, you should know. IMF is intermittent fasting. This is a perfect day where you've at least gone 12 hours without eating. And what I do is it's a little bit different than some people. A lot of people won't eat breakfast. I like breakfast, but I don't really care to eat at night. And I know that's where I'm different than people. I stop eating pretty early. So when I wake up in the morning, I mark my day as intermittent fasting to remind me, stop eating before 6 o'clock. Okay. And then, or by 6, and then I intermittent fast from that point on. Typically, though, I just said 6 as that's my guideline, but I stop eating usually at 4. I usually eat at 8, noon, and 4, and then that's it. And then I go 16 hours without eating again. But you could, have a different time schedule. But anyway, however it is, if you have an intermittent fasting day, that's a perfect day going at least 12 hours without eating, and that can be your overnight sleeping time. Okay, a Tiger 16 day is an advanced type of day that you do not need to pay attention to right now, okay? I'm serious. I want y'all to learn the foundation of the lifestyle before you go that. But on a Tiger 16 day, you are eating off of a specific food list, and you're going at least 16 hours without eating. And you would get a Tiger on there with, I think, a 16 on it. A Tiger 24 is basically, it's eating off a specific food list, but going 24 hours without eating, which really would be not eating. And then Tiger 36 is eating off a specific food list, but going 36 hours. So it's just advanced types of days. I've never done a Tiger day ever. I live regular Shibboleth, y'all. I just live regular Shibboleth with intermittent fasting. Now, are these other days really, really good for you? Yes, because they get your body into something called autophagy, and autophagy helps healing in the body. But we've got to, I truly believe that we have to meet people where they are in their journey. And we start at the foundation and then we move forward. And if you want to learn about those advanced days and do that, you can, but there's a process to it. A lion day is a special type of day where basically you are eating mostly meats with just a little bit of some veggies, and you have to have a 16-hour fast to end that type of day. A shark day is basically meat with a few veggies and other things. It's limited food lists for these, but if you want some meat, that would be really great days for you. Shark adds seafood. A divine day, you know how people out there in the world are like, eat clean, bro. You want to eat clean and non-genetically modified, all organic foods and stuff like that. A divine day is a perfect day where you have chosen to eat all organic, non-genetically modified, fresh foods. That's what a divine day is. And a warrior spirit day, I'm not sure, because it's an advanced type of day that I have not done. And Travis did a challenge and gave some, it's a specific food list too. So these are just some other days, but the ones that you want to be focused on are perfect day and holiday. And I would say that intermittent fasting is pretty easy to mark, because if you've gone 12 hours without eating and you've had a perfect day, you can mark IMF. But see, I mark my days in the morning. So I know whether or not I'm going to stop eating soon enough to call it an IMF day, and I know I'm going to have a perfect day. If you eat later in the morning and you're going to have a perfect day, then you would call that an IMF day as well. But I don't want y'all to get confused about all those different types of days. I want you to focus on perfect day and holiday. All right. Does that make sense? That we will move through the process of learning those other things, because it's like one of those things where people say, okay, you're welcome, Jack. Oh, and the animals come up because if you do a lion day, you get a lion. If you do a shark day, you get a shark. If you do a tiger day, you get a tiger. So you're welcome, Vicki. You're welcome. And I love explaining it to you. Hey, Angelia, I love explaining it to you. And I'm so thankful that you asked. But I hope that y'all also see my point of let's just get the lifestyle down. Hey, Deidre. Hey. Let's just get the lifestyle down. And then once we get the lifestyle down, then we can go into those other things if we choose to. What was I going to say? Oh, don't know. Hopefully I'll remember it. Okay. So the other thing that we're going to go over right now is we're going to go over the worksheets. So there's 2 worksheets in lap 3. So one is it's create lists of your favorites in each of the categories on your fast track worksheet. Now, I've been talking since Sunday night about y'all creating your favorites list. It's very important that you create your favorites list. Well, I used to be a school teacher and a principal. The only thing I know how to do is make a worksheet and say, hey, fill it in. If you do not have a printer, though, just use the worksheet as a template and do it on your own paper. It doesn't matter how you do it. It just matters that you do. So use the attached worksheet to begin creating lists of your personal favorites. Why is it important that I say personal favorites? Because you do not have to eat anything on Planet Shibboleth you don't like. The great thing about this worksheet is that you can print and create as many as you need. In class, in person, sometimes I will say, let's create one all focused on breakfast foods or breakfast meals. Let's create one on lunches. Let's create one on dinners. So you can create as many as you want to. And then I'm going to go ahead and talk about this bottom one at the same time. Fill in the worksheet to create your first simple meals to get started. Okay, so we're going to click here. This is the worksheet. It does have quite a bit of color on it at the top and everything. If you don't want to print it in color, just hit black and white on your printer. That's fine. But I do want you to list at least 10 lean proteins. Well, let's say that you look at the new member food library or the sample grocery list or the acceptable food list in those printables that are in lap 1. And let's say that you list down 7 that you automatically see that you like. Well, you're going to have to go to the food library and dig for those other 3 because it's the process of looking and go, oh, I would eat that. I'm going to put that down as number 8. Then you keep looking. You're like, oh, I would eat that too. You put that down for number 9, and then you do the same thing for number 10. You're going through a process of figuring out more foods to eat that you would like. And then you do the same thing with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, if you do not eat shellfish, you can have a pass on that. Don't even worry about filling that in. Okay, so after you have your favorites listed up here, you're going to build some meals from those favorites. All right, you build some meals from those favorites. So right here, you're going to list a lean protein. And it says 1/7 because category 1 and category 7 are lean protein. So it could be either one. You write it right there. Category 2 would be you're pulling something from this column that you'd like to eat with the lean protein that you wrote down right there. And then I wrote MCT at the top of that because it will remind you that if you have some MCT oil, then you can put it with those things that you could cook and you could make it be the fastest fat burning combination. But if it's something like a yogurt with hemp flakes, as was mentioned earlier, you're not going to put MCT oil in that. So you just would leave that blank. Or maybe it's some yogurt and some hemp flakes and you want to add maybe 4 or 5 berries to that. You could call those berries a condiment and you could just write that in the line too. Okay, so this is just your opportunity to think through some things. Over here on the right-hand side, it's getting you to build meals with a lean protein, a fibrous carb, and an energy carb. This is lean protein, fibrous carb, and fruit. Now, I like to say that I reverse engineer these. I'm going to start with the ding, ding, ding. I'm going to start with the energy carb. I think I might want some lima beans today. So I'm going to write lima beans right there and then go with the lima beans. What would I like to eat? Oh, 96% lean ground beef hamburger patty. Sounds great with lima beans. I think I'll also do some green beans. So let's do the picture, okay? The lima beans would be about a quarter. The lima beans, you put them right here. It's about a quarter of a cup, okay? The lima beans are going to elevate your blood sugar. Your pancreas is going to secrete insulin. But now that you're learning, I need to eat in a way that controls insulin, then you are going to pair it with that, let's just say 96% lean ground beef hamburger patty and the green beans. So you're going to portion control and you're going to lower your hands and you're going to look. I cannot see my food hanging out from underneath my hands. I'm good to go. You have a properly combined meal that's properly portioned. But every time you eat, it's like you're doing a science fair project in your body. So we talked about your insulin. It went up. It came out because of the blood sugar elevation, but you ate properly. So the protein in that 96% lean ground beef hamburger patty and the fiber in the green beans help neutralize the insulin release from the lima beans. You just controlled insulin with food. You just did it. So that's why it's important to create those. And then right here, this is a protein plus fat with a fibrous carb. So you would pick something from this category and something from this category and make some meals. And this is a category 6 superfood with a category 2 fibrous carb. In the bottom left-hand corner of this worksheet, it says freebies, extras, snacks, and meal replacements. Now, if you wanted to scoot ahead this week and look at lap 5, you can fill this in already, but we will go over that on lap 5. But y'all can work in and out of the laps, as much as you want to. Your goal is kind of to have it finished in a week's time. But if it doesn't work out like that, you can take a little bit longer if you need to. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and check those because we've done that. Now we're gonna have a look at the food library, because the most important thing, in my opinion, is for you to know how the food library is laid out so that you can use it to your benefit. Now, because I was a school teacher, I give little assignments, so y'all just bear with me. One of the best ways to begin to familiarize yourself with the food library is to do the following brainstorming activity. Take a blank sheet of paper and write down, in no particular order, all the foods that you can think of, like, or eat on a regular basis. Just let a free flowing of ideas happen. Right. Okay. Then you go into the food library and you look up each one of those items and you write down what category it's in. Now, sometimes you aren't going to find an item. When you don't find an item, your job is to then find what's the swap for this item, or is this truly a holiday food that I can have on a holiday? But if there's a swap for the item, we can help you figure that out. So once you've done that, you can organize on another sheet of paper, which could be that worksheet that we just did, or another blank sheet of paper. As you are exploring, oh, where's my heart? I cleaned my desk off today and it's still a mess. Oh, there's my heart. Okay. As you are exploring, I want you to heart all the food items that you think you might like to try. Okay, if you know you like it, great, you'll heart it. If you even think you might like to try it, heart it, because it makes it easier to find, because it puts it into your own personal food library. It takes the food library with over 7,000 items in it and makes it into your personal food library. It's easier to look at smaller lists, and if you heart things, it'll move it there. Now, let's say that you don't really know if you're going to like that thing, and you're like, I don't want to heart something that I don't know if I'm going to like it. Just think of it as it's your friend to heart it. If you end up not liking it, you can unheart it and move it back out of your favorites, okay? But it will be your friend if you remember to heart things on the website. All right, so I have clicked on that button and it took me directly to the food library. But when you are no longer in Fast Track, you're going to access the food library from this green tab up here called Resources, Foods, and Recipes. You're going to access the food library from right there. Okay, so I'm in the food library. Anytime you come to a new page, read everything. I'm not going to read that box because I'm going to show you in a second about it, but this talks about the filters that you can use and the weight loss meter. And when you heart your food items, it goes right here. So if I were to click here, this would take us to a list of all of the items that I have hearted. The add new food would be if you have talked with Kim Shibboleth and she's going to approve a new food for you, you could add it right there. The filters right here, I don't use the filters from right here. If I click filters from right here, it's going to list out all like 7,000 and something items in the food list and then let me use the filters. I don't enjoy looking at it like that. I like to go into the different categories, then use the filters. I'm all about narrowing your field and then expanding if we need to. This would be starting off with a massive expansion, and it's just, I don't know. It's not the most efficient way, in my opinion. Okay, so when you're looking at this on a computer or a tablet, you see this screen. But if you're looking at it on a phone, see how on the right-hand side it has all the categories listed out? That's how you can see it on a phone. So let's kind of run through some of these categories. We've got our numbered categories, each of the numbered categories. And then we have a category called condiments. Now, remember last night I said that not everything that can be used as a condiment is going to be in this food library because there's tons and tons of things. But you can feel confident using the 5, 2, and few rule. So when you're picking a condiment, you want to make sure that it has 5 grams of sugar or less and 2 grams of fat or less per serving. And if it meets those 2 little qualifications and you're not going to use more than 50 calories worth of condiments on a meal, then you can use it, okay? There's even a grouping called creamer. Yes, 15 calories or less for your coffee. You've got a grouping of freebies, snacks, extras. Now, freebies are technically unlimited, but I don't like for people to think of them as unlimited because that might give you the freedom to graze. Use it if you need to, okay? But we are trying to stop grazing. You could have up to a snack in a day and up to one extra in a day. Meal replacements is a wonderful category, okay? And meal replacements, let's say that you were eating Pop-Tarts before. You might need to know what kind of thing would replace a Pop-Tart. Or if you were eating some frozen meals before that didn't work, you might need to know what kind of frozen meal would work as a meal replacement. We also have an entire section on frozen meals, but they also may come into meal replacement. Perfect pairing item. Okay, what that is, you've already looked, hopefully you've looked at the combination chart and you know how that works. If you don't know how that works, please let me know. Hopefully you've looked at that. But what a perfect pairing is, it's something that does not follow the rules, but it has been determined by Travis, because he's looked at it all, that if you do it together, that it'll work. So it's just called a perfect pairing. It's kind of like cereal and milk. They don't really follow the rules, but if you do it like he's described in the individual food item listings, then it will work. There's a listing on breads. We've got low blood sugar snacks, phase 1 cereal and phase 2 cereal, phase 2 frozen meals, and phase 2 soups. Now, let's not get confused right here with all of a sudden you're like, oh my goodness, what is the deal with these phases? Nothing, absolutely nothing, except for phase 2 stuff gets you more variety. It's just the inner aisles of the grocery store. Can you use phase 2 stuff from day one? Yes. Might you want to not use it? Sure, because it's really not that best for weight loss, but you could. Okay, let's say that you need a quick, easy frozen meal. Use it. Okay, use it. It's okay. Let's say that you need to make something. We're coming up on some holidays and you're maybe wanting to make something special, but that calls for a phase 2 soup. Use it. Just do what you got to do to stay perfect. But phase 2 is not necessarily going to a higher quality of food. It just means you have more variety, because in phase 2 cereals, we've got Captain Crunch, Reese's Puffs, Fruit Loops. We didn't go higher quality in the food, but it will work if you eat it with the high protein, no fat milk. Phase 1 cereal means it's the best of the best cereal. Atkins is a very popular topic and grouping, so we have it grouped by itself. Pizza, everybody wants to know about pizza, so you can just click there. There's flour and breading, milk, and when you click on milk, this would include the almond milks and those soy milks and other things that are approved milks. There's salad dressings, other beverages, there's beer, wine, and liquor, there's spices and seasonings, cooking oils, healthy fats. If you are gluten-free, there's your gluten-free products. But the way I like to look at those gluten-free products is, if I am gluten-free and I need to find some energy carbs that I want to eat, I go into the energy carbs category and then I use the filter for gluten-free, because if you click right here, it's pulling up every single product. And that's not the most efficient way to look at it. But if you're gluten-free, you could click there and just kind of scan it all. I would do that if I were gluten-free. Okay, there's vitamins and supplements, other random things people ask us about, pre and post workout freebies. And here's restaurant, fast food category. We are going to look at that specifically on Friday night, okay? And here's something called Coach Mode meals. Coach Mode meals, I'm going to click there. Coach Mode meals are a great place to get started with some super simple meals that are really great for weight loss. So this is a great list. Now, might you go, I don't want to eat 1 cup of Pintos by itself? Yeah, you might go, I don't want that. Then don't do it. But okay, I could do a handful of almonds, macadamia nuts, or pumpkin seeds. Do you see how this is kind of, a coach would be like challenging you, but not all of these are a challenge. But I wouldn't do the ones I didn't want to do, obviously. But this one right here, a Quest bar, one with 1 Healthwise or Cocoa Ringa hot chocolate. I do that for breakfast quite a bit. This third of a hemp bar, I do this for breakfast quite a bit. A 4th of a pumpkin seeds for snack, did that the other night. 2 handfuls of pistachios. I don't typically do these things with nuts because I'm a nut lover and I will eat the whole bag. So I don't usually do that. I've never had these veggie dogs because I don't really do that. But if you're a vegan or vegetarian, that'd be great for you. AHS, I love the AHS products. So those are, AHS stands for Advanced Health System. These products are not easily found at grocery stores, so we carry them. See, you're going to find that you don't have to buy anything from us. We can teach you how to do all of this from the grocery store, but there are some specialty items that Travis and Sasha have found over these 20 years that work really great for weight loss, but are not found in grocery stores. And so we carry those for convenience purposes, but they're not required. But I love that cereal right there. And I love these pancakes. So yeah, I like those. Let's see, approved protein shake with 5 grams of less carbs or less net carbs and so forth. This one is really popular because people want to figure out how to get their berries in, berries, yogurt, and hemp flakes. Now, if you want to see what this meal is, you click on it and there it tells you. You may have 1 cup of berries, 2 tablespoons of Dannon Oikos 000 yogurt, and 3 tablespoons of hemp flakes, which we sell at our store, as a coach mode meal. And if you want to click right here, it actually will take you to the little recipe. So you can see what it looks like and just read a little bit more about it. We'll talk about recipes on tomorrow night. But this is a coach mode meals is a great place to scan through and look how many there are. There's even Chick-fil-A listed here, egg whites, different things with egg whites. You go all the way down to the bottom, and you also have some Wendy's and Zaxby's. Okay, so just look through there to find some quick and easy meal ideas to get started with. Okay, so now we're going to head back over to the food library. And I told y'all last night we would look for some pasta. So let's look for some pasta real quick. The reason I wanted to show you pasta is because if you like pasta, there's some great options. And I am not a happy clicker. What that means is once you've put your word in the search bar and you've clicked search, let it think. Remove your hand and let it think, because if you click, why isn't that going fast enough? You're going to end up in all kinds of places that you don't want to be. So don't be a happy clicker. Click and remove your hand, because there is a lot of data for this computer system to think through. Okay, so I typed in pasta, and as you can see, it returned with 83 results. Now at this point, if I wanted to have a gluten-free pasta, if I click this filter right here, it would only show me gluten-free pastas, which is really cool. Now pastas, some pastas in our food library are going to be really great for weight loss, and some are going to be, not going to help you, not going to hurt you, and some are going to be better for maintenance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this weight loss meter, because we're in the pasta topic, but which ones are best for weight loss? So the weight loss meter is just another way to categorize foods. So it goes from a -3 to a +3. Right here in the center, 0, not going to help you, not going to hurt you. Negative numbers are better for weight loss. Positive numbers are really better for maintenance, but if you do one while you're in weight loss mode, you will still be in EFB. You'll be fine. You just don't want to do it breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day of the week. Okay. So what I'm going to do though, is I'm going to bring this down to -2, -3. I want to see what the absolute best for pastas are. And then I hit the set button, and then I'm not a happy clicker. I remove my hand. I let it do its job and generate. Okay, so now it narrowed that down to 16 results. The 16 results here are some of the best quality pastas that you can use for weight loss. Now, some of them might not look like normal pasta, okay? So you might have to try something new, and then I will also show you some that look more like normal pasta. But like right here, the Explore Cuisine Organic Black Bean Spaghetti Pasta Noodles. Most people aren't used to a dark noodle. but there it goes. I like them. I like them a lot. I gave it 5 stars. So this is kind of helping you see what this looks like. Each food item in the food library is listed out in a row, but then when you open the item, you get details. So you can mark it. Like if you know you really like something, go ahead and, give it your opinion with the star rating there. This is a -3 on the weight loss meter. That's the best you can get. So -3 is good. We'll go over adding things to the grocery list, but if I click this button, I can add it to a grocery list. I have hearted this item, and also 198 other people have also said that they like this item. Okay, this right here is one of the most important things you are looking for when you look up a food item. What category is this in? So this one is a lean protein and a fibrous carb. It's also a gluten-free product, but this is a category 1 and a category 2. So what does it mean to you when something is in both categories? It means that there's enough lean protein in this and enough fibrous carb in this to be a 1 and a 2. Well, 1 and a 2 is a proper combination. You could eat that just by itself if you wanted to, but you could also put some meat with that. You could pull a meat from category 1, category 4, or category 7 to go with this, because you can put 1s, 4s, and 7s with a 1 and a 2. That would be fine. This little green button means that you could help support our ministry and buy it in our store. Amazon, you could get on Amazon too. There's more details about it, but then you come down here, always look to see if there is a description. I love knowing all of this information about food, and I wouldn't know all this information without having been a part of Shibboleth and really using this wonderful encyclopedia of food information. So you read that. Sometimes there's little extra nugget like a video, and if there are any linked recipes to that particular item, there's linked recipes, and this is where people have said they found it. Kroger, Ingles, Aldi, Costco, Sprout, all Shibboleth stores, Meijer, and Rouse's. And this where to buy part is member entered data. So Shibboleth doesn't enter this. This is people coming in to enter this. So let's say that you want to add a new store that's in your area, then you click add new and add a new store. But if it's like Kroger's, Ingles, Aldi, if you want to specifically add the address of your particular one, you can do that in there too. But if you just want to click, yeah, I found that at Kroger, you can just mark the green button. If you didn't find it somewhere, you can say, nope, I did not find it there, by hitting the negative button. So this is member entered data. Shibboleth doesn't go around and looking all that up. Okay, so let's go back to the pasta search, and I'm going to give us a little bit more pasta. I'm going -1 to -3, and I'm going to hit set. So this is, I want to show you this pasta. This is called carbonara, al dente carbonara pasta. This looks more like an egg noodle, and people really like that. But it's a -1 on the weight loss meter, so it's still really good, but -3, is better. But look right here. This is a category 1, 2, and 3. It's a 1, 2, and 3. Now, this means it's got energy carbs in it. That means that if you can eat it by itself, because 1, 2, and 3 is a proper combination. But ding, 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 this has energy carbs with it. You're not going to put any protein plus fat with this, right? Because we do not eat category 4s with 3s. And so you don't eat that with that. But you could put meat from category 1 or category 7 with that. So I just think that's a good, application thing right there. Now let's go back and look at one more option for pasta. And I do this all the time, so I know I have to go up to a 0 to get this one. But the reason I want you to see this one is because if you are feeding a family, your family may like the look of this pasta a little bit better. Now, if you've got little kids, go ahead and get them started on those black bean pastas and edamame pastas. They're not going to know any different if you get them started on it when they're young. But if they are teenagers and stuff, they may go, what are you serving? But what I want to show you is this pasta. Okay, it's called Fiber Gourmet, and you can get it in linguine, elbows, penne, or rotini. Now notice it's a 0 on the weight loss meter, so not going to help you, not going to hurt you. So would I go eating this every single night? No, I would not. But you can have it a couple of times, and but you can incorporate this. But if you got a family and you're making decisions for them, this might be a good product. Now it's a category 2, fibrous carb. So you would use it as a category 2. Really, you could put any meat with this. It would be fine because it's a 2. But that means it doesn't really have any protein in it. So you would want to hopefully put some protein with that. But I want to explain to you why this works. Look at it. It looks just like pasta. If you were to read the ingredients list on this, it reads just like pasta. But look, it's got 100 calories versus 210 calories in regular pasta. It's got 50% less calories. Why? Because it has 25 grams of fiber, where most regular pastas have 2 grams. Y'all, fiber is 0 calorie. So there's why you get all this. So you put more fiber in it, you get less calories. This also has 17 grams of net carbs, where regular pasta has 41 grams of net carbs. And this has also got 7 grams of protein, but not enough to really make it a category 1. So this right here will make your family happy if they are used to looking. It cooks up, tastes, looks just like all the regular pasta. It's just made with fiber, and that's why it works. Okay, so let's look at, oh, actually, I have to hop off of here. If any of y'all are doing that class with Travis called the A New Life, he's starting that right now. And if you want to register for that, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's really cool to hear Travis. He's doing some nutritional teaching right now. You can go to this pink online webinars tab. And right here, see where it says Tuesday, A New Life, lose 30 pounds before New Year's. Click here and you can join. That's where I'm going. I actually have to help him tonight. So I will see y'all tomorrow night for the recipe library and grocery list. I hope y'all have fun. I hope you're just as excited as I am about this. I'm 2.5 years in, and it's just like brand new to me. I love it so, so much, and I want y'all to too. Okay, hopefully I'll see y'all over there. Bye, everybody.